In this multimedia tutorial, you will learn how to create online exams with different question types in Moodle. A quiz with a close question is created. In the first step, you turn the editing mode on. Then click on Add an activity or resource in a topic section of your choice. In the selection window, select Quiz. You will be directed to the Settings page. Here you first assign a meaningful name. For example, Online Exam on Fundamentals of Physics. In the description field, you can describe the quiz modalities in more detail if required. Then expand the timing section. First, determine the time period in which the online quiz can be taken. To do this, activate the fields Open the quiz and Close the quiz, and enter the desired times. As with traditional examinations in the lecture hall, online quizzes can also be given a time limit. To do this, activate the corresponding field and enter the desired duration. It is important to mention that the online quiz must also be handed in when the time runs out. Students hand in the quiz by explicitly clicking on the Submit All and Finish button. However, it can happen that students forget to do this. It is therefore recommended to set the parameter in the field when time expires to Open attempts are submitted automatically. Then open the section Grade. Here you can define the number of attempts. The default setting allows an unlimited number of attempts. However, if you only want to allow a maximum of 3 attempts, for example, then use the drop-down element to select the corresponding number. Next, specify how the attempts are to be graded. The default setting is highest grade, but you can choose between 4 options, namely highest grade, average grade, first attempt and last attempt. Then unfold the section Layout. And click on Show More. You can use the parameters to determine the order of the questions. The default configuration is that each question is displayed on a separate page, but students are able to jump between the questions using the side navigation. If you want to prevent the arbitrary answer order, set the parameter Navigation Method to the value Sequential. Now open the section Question Behavior. Then open the other options with Show More. Here you can set whether the answer fields of the questions should be randomly mixed or at what time the evaluation of the questions should take place. The standard setting determines that the evaluation of the student answers will only take place after the examination has been handed in, that is, deferred feedback. However, you can also set the questions to be evaluated immediately after they have been answered, that is, immediate feedback. Furthermore, if several attempts are allowed, you can also define if the student's answers from the last attempt can be taken over and continued. In this case, in the field Each attempt builds on the last, set the value to Yes. In the section Review Options, you can set whether information, such as marks or right answers, should be displayed to students. Then open the section Extra Restriction on Attempts. Here you can enter additional password protection. If the online examination is to take place in a computer room of your institute, you can also restrict network access by only allowing certain IP addresses. Furthermore, you can also set a time period that must elapse between the individual attempts. A note: since Moodle 3.9, there is full integration with the Safe Exam browser. This feature is not included in this video tutorial. Ask your e-learning team about the possibilities at your university. Then go to the section Overall Feedback. Here you can give students automated feedback depending on the grade boundary they have reached. After having completed all settings, click on Save and Display. The quiz has been successfully created but is still empty. To fill the quiz with exam questions, click on Edit Quiz. Then click on Add. If you have already created a question bank, you can take it over via the option From Question Bank. Similarly, you can add a question from an existing question pool using a random question to select a certain number of random questions. To create a new quiz question, click on A New Question. All available question types are displayed in the selection window. The number of question types as well as names may vary depending on the university. Let's get to know the different types. With the question type All or Nothing multiple choice, you evaluate the answers according to the all or nothing principle. The question types Calculated, Calculated multiple choice, or Calculated simple allow calculation tasks. The question types Drag and drop onto image, drag and drop into text, and drag and drop markers enable interactive quiz questions and are discussed in more detail in the German multimedia tutorial Online-Test, Drag and Drop Fragen verwenden. With Essay or Short Answer, open questions can be mapped. With Embedded Answers Close or Select Missing Words, students have to fill in missing words or numbers. A multiple choice question consists of one question and a list of any answers. Single choice questions can also be mapped with this question type. The German multimedia tutorial Offline-Tests verwenden shows you how to create multiple choice questions. For the question type Numerical, the answer fields must be entered strictly as numbers, whereas for true-false questions, only two answer options are available. The two matching questions have a question text and a list of items to which the corresponding items of a second list are to be matched. Finally, you can also select Description to enhance the quiz with information or hints. You will get more information about a question type after selecting the question type in the right column. Now select Embedded Answers Close and click on Add. First, assign a question name, such as Speed Calculation. Then enter the question in the question text field. For example, a jogger runs at a speed of w equals 7 km per hour. How many meters per second does the jogger cover? In the first part of the formula, the fragment numerical defines the type of the gap and is used for entering a number. The equal sign and the number behind it stand for the correct answer. The part 0.01 maps the tolerance limit of plus or minus 0.01. In the second part of the formula, the fragment multi-choice creates a drop-down element with selection elements. In this example, different units of measurement are offered for selection. These are separated by a tilde. The correct element is marked by an equal sign after the tilde. Now click on Decode and verify question text. The entries have now been checked and the two elements, the numeric field and the drop-down element, have been recognized. To save the completed exam question, click on Save Changes. We recognize that the question has been successfully created and added to the quiz. To save time, we skip creating a second quiz question. Now enter the desired points using the pencil symbols. Exam question 1 is awarded 15 points, exam question 2 5 points. You can scale the score of the quiz as you wish. In the present example, a maximum of 50 points should be awarded in the quiz. Therefore, enter the desired maximum number of points in the maximum grade field and click on Save. The quiz questions are now configured. Go back to the quiz page. Under the gears icon, you can access the functions of the quiz. You can reopen the editing of the quiz sections. You can reopen the editing of the quiz questions, start a preview of the quiz questions, and, importantly, view the results. Now we switch to the student perspective. The student Max takes the online quiz that has just been created. On the start page, Max sees all the essential information and starts the quiz. In the quiz navigation block, the student sees all exam questions, as well as the elapsed time. In the question block, the achievable points are displayed. Max now answers all questions. On the summary page, the status of all questions is listed. To complete the exam, Max only has to click on Submit All and Finish. After submission, students can optionally be shown the evaluation results. If you now return to the teacher's perspective, you can see the quiz results under the gear icon or Results. Here you can now view the quiz Max has just taken.